Hello, everybody, and welcome to Big Bold You, a show that is dedicated to helping inspire everyone out there, and yes, that does mean you, to play bigger, be bolder, and become the best version of yourself. Now, I've got an incredible guest here with me today, Diane Castle. I love her. She is incredible, and I'm so excited that you're here. And we're going to learn all about Diane and everything, her gifts, her talents, and all the just greatness that she blesses this world with. But she's kind of like my soul sister here. And I said, hey, Diane, I was out on my run today after we had spoken. And I said, Diane, I feel impressed that we really need to share with the viewers what I mean when I say play bigger, be bolder, and become the best version of you. And I've had people that have asked me, what do you mean by that? And to me, when I say play bigger, I mean you have to really become in touch and in tune with the real, authentic you. And I don't think there's anyone better that I know personally that you're so in touch with who you are. You know, we can't play big if we are pretending to be somebody that we're not. And, you know, I know some of the things that we're going to talk about today, and our topic is how to network effectively, which is a beautiful topic for Diane. But, you know, what in your life has really prepared you to be so present with every person that you encounter and has allowed you to be so authentically you and not apologize for who you are?
Well, the one thing that I look back at my life, and I really didn't know what my purpose in life was for the longest time. And then when I started really going back chronologically, it was back when I was in junior high school. And I remember every Saturday morning, my parents lived in this great neighborhood. They were very close, and they did things together. The kids were always really close-knit. Parents did things together. And the parents would always kind of shift and share houses. And so on Saturday morning, when it was time for them to come and have coffee with my parents, I would sit there and just be glued and listening, you know, because at that time kids were made to be seen and not heard.
That's right. I remember that. That was my era too.
So I would just sit there and listen intently to their conversation. And then I realized what that did for me. It gave me the ability to really be a good listener. And I think that's what it is. When I speak to someone and they're speaking with me, I really intently listen to what it is that they're trying to tell me.
You know, and that it's so true, because for a couple of nuggets in that, I think playing bigger, you have to learn. And what a great, you must have been an old soul. Because, because, I mean, honestly, to be a young child, and when all the other kids are playing on Saturday morning or watching cartoons, you wanted to listen and learn from the adults in your life in the neighborhood, which is amazing. Because I know for myself, I've been playing bigger I feel like I've been playing bigger of most of my life. But there was a time in my life that I married my first husband, and it really wasn't the best choice, not because he's not a wonderful person, but it wasn't the best choice for me. And I was really kind of taken off my path for a while, and I wasn't being true to myself. And I think in order to play bigger, you have to be true to who you are. And I think you've been blessed with that really your whole entire life. And there's no doubt that you've been able to achieve what you've achieved because that was instilled in you when you were younger. But a lot of people are out there and they're not being who they really are. And that in and of itself it puts you in a position where you're playing small. But you've played big your whole life, I can tell.
Well, God wants you to play big.
Exactly. It's exactly right. God wants us playing big. And of course, I do explain to people that being bolder means you have to step past the fear. You know, all the negative thoughts that we have, all of this self doubt, all of that comes from fear. And you have to step out of your comfort zones. You got to be a little bit uncomfortable. And one of the things I say is you have to learn to become comfortable with being uncomfortable. And so my question for you is, how many times a day, a week, a month are you doing things and you're a little bit uncomfortable?
Oh my gosh, how many times a day?
Well, that's what I knew you were going to say.
I think it would be several. I think I lose count. But that's human nature.
Yes,
Jens.
it is.
It really is. And God wants you to step out and trust Him. He's already given you the tools. He's already put people into your life that are going to help you get where you want to be. You just have to believe in yourself. It's kind of like Walt Disney's famous quote, you know, if you can dream it, you can do it.
That's right.
And you just have to tell yourself that every single day, because I think the world out there is full of negativity and toxic people. So you have to remove that from your life in order to move forward.
You have to. And you mentioned something that's very important, and it's faith. You have to have faith. You know, there's a saying that says faith and fear can't exist in the heart at the same time. And the reason for that is because it's true. You have to have the faith. There is something good that's going to happen out of everything that happens to us in our life, even if it's bad. And you have that faith that you are on the right path. And I love that. So when we open our show every week and we say, or I say, play bigger, that's what I mean. Be true to who you are. And if you're not being true and authentic, don't beat yourself up. Just get around the people that you have had placed in your life, to Diane's point, and lock arms with them and trust them, and trust that the people that have been placed in your life, whether you're watching this live, whether it's a recording, that if there's a burning desire within you that you know you can do more, you can, and you got to go do it. Step out of those comfort zones. Don't be scared whatsoever. So with that, before we get into really learning more about you, Diane, I've just got to do a little plug. I've got my shirt on that says words are currency, and you've got to come to this event with me next year. Tammy Kling is the founder and CEO of On Fire Books. And I think you've probably heard me talk about her because she's a world changer, just as Tiara Tompkins are the VP, just as you are a world changer. And that is playing bigger and stepping out of your comfort zones. But she really talks about how the words that we say to ourselves, it's vitally important to our success, and the words that we say to others can heal people or kill them. I mean, we can build people up or we can beat people down. And who you are at the core is, not only do you build people up, Diane's got wings. I'm telling you. I mean, I just get on your back and you're just flying me around everywhere. But tell people about yourself. You know, are you married? You have kids? Just a little bit of your profession and all that great stuff.
Well, I think I was blessed with being born and raised in Sioux City, Iowa, kind of like middle of America, and a small town with those small town values. And I grew up in a great neighborhood where everybody played together, played well in the sandbox together. And then I went into school and I met some incredible friends who I'm still friends with, which I just came back from a class reunion, and I'm not telling you which one it was.
I think it was I just think it's probably your 10, 15.
But we were so well connected in school, and we may have lost touch over the years, but we always come back every reunion, and we sit around and we laugh about the things that we did as kids, and the crazy things you do. And that to me is everything. It's about the friendships. And so then in 1980, there was nothing for me in Sioux City, Iowa.
Yeah, you'd grown out of it.
Nothing for me. All my friends went to college. I only went to college for a year to the University of Northern Iowa, and then I had an aunt and uncle that lived in Richardson, Texas, and I had two friends that moved here the year before. And they said, you've got to get out of there. Come on down to Texas. Have a good time. You'll become a Texas girl. And sure enough, I did.
I know. I like
oh
your
my
bling.
gosh.
I'm going to
I'm telling
say
you.
the bling that you have on, Diane, that is authentic Texas women, female bling. And I've got to just high five you on that. Didn't take
love
you
our
long.
bling.
Didn't take you long to become a Texas woman.
We love our bling.
That's exactly right. We do. The more bling, the better. I mean, that's just how it is.
That's right. It makes you shine.
That's right.
So anyway, I met my first husband and got married in 1983. Have two amazing boys. They are the light of my life. They're 32. Jeremy's 32. Zachary's 30. And you know, they like me as a person. They come.
Don't you love that?
They come over as adults. And you know, Jeremy just called me right before I was coming in. He says, "I really hope that you have fun today." And
That's so
they're always
awesome.
calling me.
That's
and they
so
were just
awesome.
over yesterday. We watched the Cowboys win. Go Cowboys!
Yay, go boys, go boys.
And we had such a great time. And then I became a single parent because I, like you, did not listen to the Lord when I chose my first husband. And I'm not saying anything bad about my first husband because he gave me two fabulous, fabulous boys. But when I listened to the Lord the next time, about 21 years ago, he brought my soulmate to me.
Oh, that's so wonderful. That's so how old were your boys when you got divorced?
7 and 9.
Okay. And you know, it's such a hard decision because you are a faith-based person. I'm a faith-based person. And you think, okay, well, we got to stay together. We got to stay together. We got to stay together. And that's part of the playing bigger is, but if staying together isn't your truth and it's not being true to you, you basically are squashing who you are. And it's not a good thing. And I don't know about you, but I prayed a lot about this decision. And I remember receiving the answer one day, right, driving to work, where the answer was, what is best for you is what is best for your kids. And I mean, as soon as I received that message, I was bawling my eyes out because I knew what was best for me. What was best for me was to leave that and become more of who I really am. And I flourished and my children flourished too. And so have you. Was that hard on the boys?
You know, that was a big thing that I worried about.
Yeah.
I really worried. And for years, I did pray about it. I anguished about it. I talked to friends that had divorced, asked them their opinion. How old were your kids when you left? Is it something, should I just stick this out until they grow up? And they all told me the same thing. In order for your kids to be happy, you have to be happy.
Amen. That's the truth.
And so I remember asking Jeremy, the oldest, because he's an old soul. I kept asking him, are you and Zachary doing okay? Are you and the first 6 months that we had left? And he finally said to me, Mom, he says, stop asking me that. He says, we are great. We're glad that you left, Dad. And I'm like, wow. Because I didn't really think that we fought. We just didn't have a life together.
Right. It probably, you one-on-one with your sons, you probably have this amazing energy that you do in this light. And they probably could see that when you were together, it was different. And, that's the thing is our kids love us and they feel and sense all the same things we feel and sense. And so I think that's great. And you did play bigger. And now I got to say thank you to the two of your friends that moved down to Richardson. So we got you. And now that we have you, we're not letting her go.
I got here as fast
We're
as
not
I could.
we're not letting you go. So you're here to stay. Now we're going to get into our topic, but before we get into our topic, we have an Ask Jens question that really goes perfectly with our topic today, which is how to network effectively and successfully. And I get questions all the time from my clients, from people that I do group coaching. I'm executive managing director for eWoman Network, and I get questions. But here's the question for this week. What is the most important thing to networking successfully? And I will tell you, in my opinion, the most important thing that you can do is add real sincere, genuine value to every person that you meet without any expectation of receiving anything in return. To me, that is the most important thing that you can do. You know, so many times people are, it's all about them. They're thinking, okay, oh, I've got to go to this networking event and I got to meet this person. I've got to meet this person. I got to get their cards. And because I want to sell them what I do, I want to sell them a product. I want to sell them this. But if all you're doing is thinking about what's in it for you, you're not going to have real success in life. And that's what I love about you. You are the model, and I think we're two of a kind. That's why we love each other so much. But when you meet someone, you have got to genuinely stop and say, what can I do for this person? How can I add value to them? What are my gifts and talents that I've been given, the experiences that I've been given, and how can I give back and do more for others? That's how you really will be able to succeed. What are your thoughts, Diane? Because I know you've got some.
Well, what I do, we are so much on the same page. The minute that Jens and I met, it was like we'd known each other for a lifetime, and God does that. So we're very blessed. But what I do, I helped build a network group here in North Texas. It was a new concept for the last 5 years, and I helped them grow chapters. And so what we did a lot of times were we put on information meetings. So we would tell people, why would you join us when there's so many other networking groups out there? Oh, there's so many to wade through. Which one's right for me? And so I would, in the informational meetings, I would explain to people the type of people that we were looking for as members. And I would literally look at people eye to eye across the room, and I would say, you know, the kind of people that we're looking for are givers. You know, if you're looking to sell your products or your service and just pass out business cards when you walk in that door, this really isn't the place for you. And who we're looking for are people that are going to sit in their car literally before they walk in that door, say a little prayer and ask God, who are you going to, I'm really excited, who are you going to put in my path today that I'm going to be able to make an impact on their life in some way? I'll be a resource. I'll be a listener. I'll get them connected with the kind of resources that they need to be who they want to be.
Right. And, you know, and to me, it's your perspective and it's your philosophy. And when you are a person of your caliber, and what I strive to do on a daily basis is I honestly want to make this world better. And the only way we can make this world better is first, number one, we have to make ourselves better first. And then we have to turn around and help make other people's lives better. And if we do that and we have faith, the divine assignment, divine calling, the success, the abundance, the resources, the needs that we have to have in this world in order to fulfill our divine assignment will come to us. And that's where that faith, you know, we were talking about before how my husband will say, Jens, you have all this confidence for no good reason. He says that all the time, and I laugh about it. But the thing is my strength and my confidence and my power comes from my faith. And I know that my job isn't to fix everyone. My job isn't to worry about what I need. My job is to just go out and do good in the world in which we live right now. To your point that you mentioned earlier, there's so much evil going on in the world. There's so many people that are oppressed. There's so many people that there's just negativity and toxicity. We've got to counterbalance that. And as my son said, we've got to brainwash people with positivity. We've got to make people laugh. We've got to make people feel great. And that's really what you do with your connections and your relationships to network successfully.
You have to make an impact on people's lives. You have to make them, so when you're talking to somebody in a room full of people, you really have to pay attention to them and not be looking at everybody else in the room. Make them feel like they're the most important person in the room. You know, make them feel like everything they're saying is important. For them to walk away and feel like, you know, I really do make a difference. And I think that a lot of people come to network meetings and they're really not there to sell anything. They're there to belong.
Exactly.
And people are looking for a belonging.
That's right, because they don't have that support system. You know, one of the things I talk about all the time is the beat down. And to me, the beat down, it starts when we're young, and it's for the most part, unintentionally. You know, either your parents, your siblings, your friends, the people that you choose to hang around, you just get beat down in your life until you start to beat yourself down. And when you start to beat yourself down, that's when it really goes south, because now all the greatness and the gifts and talents that you were blessed with, that you're supposed to bless the world with, you're not even developing those gifts and talents. You've hidden them in the sand. And so that beat down happens, and as we start to meet people in their journey, we have to realize that belonging and support and real concern and care it's what I say to people is you can't grow unless you're in an environment of love. And one of the things I just adore about you is you love on people. I mean, I love on people too, but you sincerely love on people. And I think that's tremendous. And, you know, you've got a couple quotes up here that we've got to make sure that and, you know, I'm so sad because you sent them over in such pretty form, and I just put them in, you know, the form but here's one, and tell us about that. And we love Carol Burnett.
Well, you know, a lot of people tell me, you know, I was on a shuttle bus. This is hilarious. I was on a shuttle bus one early morning at Love Field, and this guy was riding along the shuttle bus with me, and he was staring at me, and I was thinking, okay.
He thinks I'm Carol Burnett.
He did. It wasn't that close, but he said, you know, I hope I'm not offending you, but I really want to pay you a compliment. I said, by all means, I would love that. And he said, I really think that you look like Carol Burnett. And I said, well, that is a huge compliment, because you know, laughter is the best medicine. I know we'll talk about that a little bit later, but I will tell you, if you could laugh, and she is the master. I mean, she's the master at making people laugh. I have some of the funniest memories, my favorite ones of her. But really and truly, the thing with Carol Burnett is that you can't rely on anybody else.
No.
You know, you've got to believe in yourself. You know, the question that I would ask you all is, when you talk to yourself, you know, you talk to other people very nicely. You know, you compliment them, you tell them how wonderful they are, you tell them that you really believe in them, and you support them. But do you do that for yourself? Do you really talk to yourself in a bad way, negativity? And the way you talk to yourself, would people really be your friend?
I love that. I love that, Diane, because it really is true, is how are you talking to yourself? And I think, you know, one of the biggest messages that we can provide to the viewers, to our friends, to our families, and y'all better share this because this is a ton of great content, is that we're not talking about a strategy. You know, what's the strategy to networking effectively? You know, what you're hearing from Diane, and I am concurring with her, is it has to be real, sincere care and concern. And it starts with how you're treating yourself, what you're saying to yourself, how, you know, what are the words? Because you can't effectively help and lift other people if you're beating yourself down. So that's amazing. I love that. And, you know, one of the things that we're very similar to, I mean, basically we're sisters from another mister and mom, you know.
That's very true.
Hey, remember the Saturday Night Live skit? Like, we're two wild and crazy guys.
Chevy Chase.
Yeah, it's Dan Rather. Oh, I mean, we're two wild and crazy girls. I mean, we're gonna dress up. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna dress up in plaid and polyester because that's what they did. Remember?
That's what we're gonna do.
We're gonna dress up in plaid and polyester, and we're gonna go around and we're just gonna be crazy, and we're gonna videotape it, and that's gonna be one of our laughter is the best medicines.
I'm down for that.
But one of the things you say all the time, and it's actually something that I think we talked about last week on the show. But talk about, what is someone's product? what is really someone's product? What are they selling?
You know, you're really selling yourself.
That's right.
That's the bottom line. You know, you hear this saying over and over and over again that people will do business with people they know and they like and they trust.
Absolutely.
And I will tell you that a lot of people buy my products, and I'm not sure that they really buy the products because they think that they're really going to like them or that they need them. But they buy them because I just tell them how great it is, and they trust me
Exactly.
to take care of them.
Right.
That's the big thing. So you are the product. You're the product.
That's right. And what I love the saying where it says people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And that's exactly what you do. And by the way, you have phenomenal products that you share. By the way, you really genuinely care about making people healthy and well and better. And I know we want to hear a little bit more about that, but I want you to this is so awesome, because if you notice that Diane's bottom third underneath her name, it says Castle to Castle. And she won't tell me what that means. She said, Jens, first of all, I think it's a genius. But she said, I'm going to tell you on the show. So you got to tell everybody what that means.
Well, a friend of mine, a dear friend of mine, oh my gosh, we've been friends for, over 30 years now. She was in the real estate business when I was a mortgage lender. And praise God that I'm a recovering mortgage lender now. I love to laugh about that.
Yes. She's in recovery.
I'm in recovery. And I mean, it was a great profession. Don't get me wrong. And I hope that I don't offend anybody by saying that, but I made good money, but it nearly killed me because of the stress and the hours. And so I always say I survived, and I'm a recovering mortgage lender, but I was a mortgage lender and she was a realtor, and we became fast friends, and she helped me come up with my company name. And so what I do with my partnership with a manufacturer of health and wellness products is I help them create and maintain a healthy home for the people that they love. And so
That's
my
where the
name,
Castle comes
my
from.
name, Castle, is spelled Cassel, and of course the castle, the building. Mm-hmm. You know how that's spelled. So I said, well, from my house to yours.
I love that. That's genius. And it just is a play on words, but your home really is your haven, and you should feel safe, and you should be safe and healthy in your home. And that's really the products that you represent and that you share. That's what it's all about, is taking out the chemicals, taking out the toxins, helping people be healthy and happy and safe. And I think that you have like a 90-day something that you do. You've got something cool about. Would you explain to us what that is? Your tribe or your peak challenge?
You know, the big word out there now is your tribe. You know, who's your tribe? And so we jumped on board, and someone on our team decided to come up with this peak challenge, P2C challenge. Mm-hmm. And our best product, our big seller, is our peak performance vitamins.
Oh, well, then that makes sense.
And so what we have done is we're creating these little tribes in suburbs, because it's a geographic thing, because you're going to go and do things with those people to be healthy. So I did something fun this summer. It was very unique. I did an aqua fitness class in my pool.
I think I saw a video of that.
Absolutely.
I think I saw a video of you
It was
doing that.
a blast. I found somebody through my high school friend in Sioux City who's an aqua fitness instructor at the Y in Sioux City. And I said, well, who do you know in Dallas? Mm-hmm. And she found me this fabulous instructor. So she would come to the pool every other week and do this aqua fitness class. It was a blast. But really and truly, the tribe mentality is, and the challenge to you is, you know, God gave you one body. He gave you a body, and we really should treat it with great respect and care for it. But how do you do that when there's oceans of products out there? Where do you start? So what we'd like to do is challenge you to a 90-day challenge, and come join my tribe. And I will help set that up wherever you are, no matter where you are in the country. I will find you one of our tribes, and you will join our Facebook group page, you will get all the support that you absolutely need. You will also be held accountable, but you'll get to do fun things with like-minded people, people that want to help you along the way. So you jump on board, you get on the Facebook page, you can ask any questions that you want. Lori Gordon in Hawaii is our naturopath doctor, and she's the one that is our incredible resource. She has written a 500-page ebook that is just truly a resource guide about why you do this, why you shouldn't do that.
Right.
And she's remarkable. So here's the challenge. Go get your blood work done. I'll help you start. So the challenge is you get your blood work done, and 90 days later you go get it done again, and you will be in awe. Your doctor will be in awe at how much your health has improved.
Well, here's one thing that I love about what you're saying, and that is 90 days. It really does takes 3 months, folks. I mean, come on now. It took you years and years to get where you are right now. Don't think that it's just going to, like a snap of the finger, and you're going to become all healthy and great. I mean, it does take 90 days. So I think that's very, I think it's has a lot of integrity in it, because I think sometimes a lot of people, well, hey, fast pace, let's do this. Well, it doesn't work that way. I mean, and you got to be honest with people. And I also know, and I didn't twist Diane's arm. In fact, I didn't even ask Diane, but you've got a special offer for anybody that either watches the show or shares this with someone. You know, maybe you're scared and you don't want to do a 90-day challenge by yourself. Don't be scared. But if you don't want to do it by yourself, bring a friend. But if somebody, basically you're gonna provide your information where they can contact you and they can get more information. And what is that? Where are they going to reach you at?
Well, the best way to reach me is by text. I think isn't that the best new way to,
I love text.
The quickest?
I do love text.
So the best way to do that is through text, because it's the easiest, it's the fastest. And I would like to give you, the listener today, a 7-day detox. And so what that's going to mean is that every day you're going to get a recorded message from me, a goofy Facebook Live. It'll be like a 2 to 3 minute thing every single day to kind of hold your hand, because we all need somebody to hold our hand.
We have to have accountability.
We have to. And so they're going to be fun. But why I say they're going to be fun and funny, I think my first Facebook Live video, I was sideways. Because
you just didn't know how to do it.
Praise God for people like Ziggy, because
yeah, that's exactly right.
Because I was sideways. Ooh, and I didn't know.
Ziggy.
I did not know how to do it. And I think that should be my trademark. I think all of my Facebook Live should be sideways. Maybe I'll keep doing it that way.
That would be hysterical. And I mean, that's really going to go right into our laughter is the best medicine. So we are going to give you Diane's phone number so you can text her. And we want you to share this like crazy. We're going to share it. So even if you're listening to the recording, because that happens sometimes, people are busy at 3 p.m. Central on a Monday, but as long as you have the information and you reach out and you use the code BIGBOLDU, you're going to get that offer. And I think it's amazing. It's an amazing offer. And I will tell you, as we jump into our laughter is the best medicine video, I wanted to show this picture of you. Okay. I want to show this picture of you. And then we're also, so I love that because you are always laughing and I'm always laughing, and we want you out there to be laughing. We want you laughing. We want you cracking up. We want you doing fun things and silly things. We want you to be with your family and with your friends. And there's actually, did you get that I Love Lucy, the Lucy? Okay, this is hysterical to me. I mean, and this is me right here. I mean, this is what I look like when I try to do any type of IT work. That's me, right? The butt up in someone's face. I mean, the majority of the things that I do, that's really what I look like, but I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna do it. So I love that. And I can't really see, but basically it's, don't try to keep up with the Kardashians. What does it say?
It says be a Lucy.
Okay, yeah. In a world of Kardashians, be a Lucy. So we are giving everybody out there the permission. Don't try to be a Kardashian. I mean, they've already got that on lockdown. Be a Lucy. be a loosey goosey, all right? Be a boozy Susie, whatever you want to be. We might, that might be something we do as well. But just have fun. So let me tell you about this "Laughter is the Best Medicine" video that we're going to listen to, and it's hysterical. One of the things that we are going to be doing very, very soon is I'm going to be presenting a laugh challenge, and I'm going to give you some really fun, silly, crazy, just outlandish things to go do, and you're going to video yourself doing them. Now, this is going to be one of the challenges that I have you do because I think it's hysterical. And my husband has actually even come up with a better way to do this. So without further ado, let's listen and watch our laugh challenge and "Laughter is the Best Medicine" video.
Hey! So, I just got my sheets out of the dryer, and I always hate that because I hate folding sheets. But, I know everybody does. So today I'm going to show you the easiest way ever to fold a fitted sheet. What you want to do is you take your sheet and you lay it down on the ground like that. Just like that. Then you want to hook one leg in that side, one leg in that side, and then you're going to want to sit down. And then you want to hook an arm in this one and an arm in this one. See? Isn't that nice? Isn't that a good effect? So then what you're going to do next is just lay your body down, kind of like this. And you may be happy to lay down because you've already wore out at this point because folding sheets is nonsense. So then the next step, you take the left side of your body and slowly roll it over to the right side of your body. At this point, you take this corner and tuck it up in that corner. Therefore, you have freed a hand. And what you do now is just genius. You slowly take out a leg, and then you slowly take out another leg, and then you gingerly roll your body out. And then you get up at this point, and you do once, twice. Bingo, baby! Is that not beautiful? Shove that baby in the linen closet and be proud. That's the way you do it, my sweets. Toodaloo.
Okay, so I have to meet her. I have to meet that lady because I think it's genius. And when you do that, that's going to be one of your challenges where you are going to have to do that video yourself doing that. Now, obviously, you have somebody video you doing it, but you can come up with something silly. But here's the other thing that I want you to be in some crazy costume as well. Okay, it's October. I mean, it's Halloween, so I mean, feel free to put your Halloween costume on when you're doing this. Go all out. But this is what I think is so hysterical is I promise you will laugh, and the person that's videoing you will laugh harder than anybody else, and that's the message. You got to start laughing. So Diane, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you being on the show. I can't tell you how much I love laughing with you and doing life, and your philosophy on life of just truly being a giver and not a taker, and adding to people's lives is the reason that you're so fabulous. And I just thank you from the bottom of my heart for being on the show.
You.
She's amazing.
I adore you. Just remember, one day you're just going to be a memory to most everybody. Make sure you're a good one.
I love that. That's what Nancy Lieberman says is you should strive to be celebrated, not tolerated. I love that.
She's great.
So you got to think, am I just being tolerated or am I celebrated? So with you and each and every one of you out here, if there's any value that you had on today's show, please comment, share it, share this video. Let us all be a light in this world. And remember that all of our successes are truly for God's glory and to help lift others as we climb in this journey that we call life. So until we meet again next Monday at 3 p.m. Central, be big, be bold, and be you. Bye-bye.